First of all, we need to discuss about how much of an amazing fight that was. It seems like we've been consistently getting amazing fights on this Riyadh season card. Also, I do apologize if you can hear the wind in the background. It is quite windy up here in the northwest. And we need to have a serious discussion about Usyk being one of the all-time greatest, man. He needs to be discussed as one of the GOATs of the heavyweight division because what an amazing performance once again. And one thing I didn't like about it was the post fight, especially with Daniel Dubois. He didn't cover himself in glory. It was a bit disrespectful. Like give Usyk the chance to obviously get his post fight thoughts out and then maybe interrupt. But yeah, what a fight, man! What a fight! It did at the start of the fight. It did have a bit of a strange aura. It did seem like I don't know why they were favoring Fury. Let's be honest. Like obviously him able to keep his beard, him being able to keep that beard and not trim it. Also with his shorts being very high, thought they were right up to his ribs, and I think that was kind of a ploy for Team Fury once again. And I think I was wrong. Obviously, I was wrong about the knockout. I was wrong about the knockout. I thought it'd be an 8 round knockout, but we've seen a 12 round decision. Um, Fury did look heavy. Fury did look heavy. And one thing I didn't like was the commentary bias. It's the worst part of boxing, let's be honest. And it changes your perception of the fight. We need to give a shout out and we need to seriously have a discussion about Sergio Mora being one of the best commentators. He's not biased at all and he was calling it right down the middle. I personally, when I scored this fight, I had 84 Usyk. I thought Usyk did better work. One thing I also noticed about Fury was that the jab wasn't landing, but the commentators were in awe of Fury whenever he'd throw a jab and nothing would land. Usyk's defense is amazing. And also, another discussion is, I think Usyk should retire. I'm going to be honest. Usyk should retire because he didn't seem like the same fighter from the previous fights that he's had. He did seem like he's kind of fed up with boxing. That's the body language I've got on when obviously the few of the rounds weren't going his way. But yeah, we have to discuss this also that both fighters are on the decline, both Fury and Usyk. One thing that was a bit scary was the shots, man. The amount of shots that Fury was taking, and it seemed to bother him a lot more than it usually would have. Especially with the body shots, like I felt like whenever Usyk threw a body shot, it did seem to hurt. It did seem to affect Fury in a way. I'm not sure why, but it seemed that Fury didn't like those body shots, man. And whenever it would land, a gulp of air, take a gulp of air. Okay, also this fight was very hard to score, but I feel like Usyk did a bit more in each round to favour the rounds in his direction. We need to also discuss about Usyk's defense being amazing. His defense is one of the best in boxing, and it also seemed like first 6 rounds quite competitive, but Usyk did enough in the majority of the rounds to take him, and obviously few of the rounds going to Fury at the same time. And it seems like after the sixth, Fury slowed down dramatically, and the stepping left hand that Usyk was throwing throughout this fight was money for him. Was money. Whenever he'd throw it, he'd land. It seemed to rock Fury in the sixth. I really liked how Usyk set it up. And it also seemed that Fury slowed down a lot, like it was dramatic. At one point he was alright, and then he slowed down. Another shot that was really, really good for Usyk in this fight was the backhand to the body. That big left hand to the body. It seems like whenever he would land that shot, Fury would take a big gulp of air. It seems to happen numerous times throughout the fight. And I just think with both these guys, I think they're both on the decline. And I think Fury's chin is done. And I just think it's probably best for both to retire. But what I can see happening in terms of next, both of them, Usyk maybe retiring, that's probably the best option for him, but the Daniel Dubois fight. Or, secondly, what I could see is Usyk maybe dropping a few of the belts and just keeping one of them. I could see that happening, but I wouldn't know who he would want to fight and how he would maneuver. But knowing how Usyk is as a fighter, he'd probably want to become undisputed again. But with the next steps for Fury I think there's only one fight left for Fury, and that's Anthony Joshua. This is probably the time we'll get that fight now. But I can't see AJ beating Fury, regardless of how his chin is. I just feel like Anthony Joshua is a mentally weak fighter, and I feel like Tyson Fury would beat him. And it also seems like what I also enjoyed about this fight was Usyk's adjustments. If you look at the start of the fight, Fury come up heavy on the front foot for the first six, and then the last six, Fury got pushed back and he was fighting on his back. So that's Usyk pushing him back. So from what it does seem like, it was a very, very good fight. And like I stated, the best adjustments in the heavyweight division are made by Usyk. And I just think he's the best at adjusting to a fighter. One thing else I noticed is in this fight is that Fury was just holding and punching and grabbing and punching and just holding him and punching him. I think that's how we got some of those 4 rounds that I've given him. Well, I did have it 8-4 to Fury. Sorry, Usyk. 8-4 to Usyk. And I feel like the rounds that I did give to Fury, majority of them, he was just holding and punching and rabbit punching. Rabbit punching. What I also enjoyed about this fight was Usyk. It was surprising that the amount of physical strength that Usyk actually has, because he was able to push off Fury a couple of times those clinches throughout the fight. Another adjustment that I really enjoyed that Usyk made was the way he spinned out. I think it was in the 8th round when Fury went to throw a right uppercut to the body that he was throwing earlier on in the fight, and then he adjusted with his feet and he adjusted with his feet and spun off away from the shot. That was a work of art. I really do enjoy the adjustments that Usyk makes. He's probably the best at making adjustments at the heavyweight division, like, in the whole of boxing. Yep. So this is just a post-fight review for myself. The fight only happened maybe about 15 minutes ago, and what a fight it was! What a fight it was, man! I'm just happy that I watched this live, and I'm just happy that we got to watch Usyk in his prime, and we saw him become a cruiserweight and heavyweight champion. But anyways, guys, that's enough of me rambling. Leave a like and